This video is about, no pun intended, but the sensitivity that people have towards Wing Chun. Again, I was a student of Wing Chun. I don't consider my Wing Chun to be the best. I only studied for a little while, even though I took several aspects of Wing Chun, and I still practice the punching and the elbows and some of the footwork, and some of my practice when I'm out on my heavy bag involves some Wing Chun techniques. But my question is, why are people so sensitive about Wing Chun? I mean, I get tons of questions and emails and comments, and oh, you're talking about Wing Chun. You know, Wing Chun seems to be the kind of the rookie martial art, or the baby of the martial arts tree. I don't know, but I think people are missing the point. If you mention Bruce Lee, you got to mention Jeet Kune Do, his movie career, his fight against racism, his early study of Wing Chun, and that he did get through many levels of Wing Chun. But from what I heard from Mr. Dan Ensenato, he did not complete the dummy forms of Wing Chun, which is a fantastic aspect of, you know, hand work and building the sensitivity in your hands and your wrists and your forearms and everything. But my question is, you know, why do people get so sensitive about this fantastic art, Wing Chun? And I think it's because people are sensitive in general, and they love to critique everyone's Wing Chun, even though I've said many times that I wasn't a full practitioner of Wing Chun. I just got the opportunity to learn some Wing Chun, and in the area that I live, there's just not a lot of Wing Chun offered. You have to kind of go in the back door or get lucky and find an instructor that is going to teach you Wing Chun. So my question is, and my statement is, if you're criticizing Wing Chun, or you're posting about Wing Chun and negatively, I think you're missing the point, is that martial arts is for you to evolve and to grow and find what works for you. I mean, that's the core philosophy of Jeet Kune Do, which kind of came from Wing Chun. And, you know, Bruce was a philosopher, and I think that's our goal, is to grow ourselves, not get immersed. You know, there's 2 Facebook pages where people just argue about Wing Chun, and you can see some of these people coming in who argue that have no idea what martial arts is about, or no idea what Wing Chun is about. Try to ask yourself several questions. You know, if you got a 250-pound person on top of you, you've been knocked down, you got punched, you're almost knocked out, and there's a 250-pound person on top of you, which is going to happen because gravity is going to pull you to the ground. What are you going to do? Are you going to lopsow the guy to death on the ground? Are you going to try to elbow from the bottom position? I mean, now to me, that is real fighting. You know, infighting, which is what Wing Chun teaches, which I believe everyone should learn, is not a complete full martial art. And I think you should go out and challenge yourself and realize that you can be beaten, and try to learn from that. Don't live in the theory of your mind. Go out, take some grappling courses, some judo courses, some MMA, learn how to box, you know, learn how to fence, learn things that are going to help you. Learn how to take somebody to the ground, learn how to do an arm bar, learn how to do some chaseo and some lapseo, and the right way to do an elbow. And don't waste your time posting on people's sites on theories that you think you understand. Go out and learn the theories. And don't worry about somebody else's technique. Worry about you, and worry about, you know, what works for you. You know, somebody who's 6 foot tall is not going to be doing a kung fu style from the mountains of China, because those were all very much squatting, kind of low-end punching type of techniques. Sure, they're worth knowing, but if you're 6 foot tall, you know, you might be, you know, outmanning yourself. You know, go out and seek a lot of different martial arts and learn what's right for you, and see what happens. I mean, that's what's really cool. Is martial arts it's an opening. It's, you know, it's not a closing. It's an open door. It's not a closed door. If you're sitting around worrying about what everybody else is doing, you're wasting valuable time you could be using training. You know, I don't go around and post on everybody's page how their Wing Chun punch looks horrible and they don't have, you know, the right mechanics, because I'm not a teacher anyway, and if I was, my job would be to encourage students to come to my dojo and train with me. And they're not going to do that if I'm telling them how awful they are. Sure, as an instructor, I would correct their technique and show them how that actually works in real life combat. You haven't done anything until those adrenals dump into your bloodstream and you're prepared to stop that other person from stopping you. And so in the end, it's about defending yourself, and then you work up through the stages. If you want to win all those trophies, which I did when I was a kid coming up at Taekwondo, great. But know what you're there for. Are you there for defense? Are you there for sport karate? Are you there to critique the whole world and tell them that their technique is horrendous? And, if that's the case, I don't know if there's any martial art out there for you. Don't miss the beauty of the martial arts. I think if that's something to carry with you today, don't miss the beauty of the martial arts. You'll miss it if you're busy looking at everybody else and telling everybody else how wrong and how bad they are. Spread the good news and the gospel of the martial arts, man. If that's your thing, be somebody who celebrates the martial art. Look inside yourself and learn all you can learn. Have a great day.